can you tell us a little bit about the history of Luxxle and why you feel this platform is needed?
Sure. So Luxxle really is the search engine that we've all been waiting for. It takes an entirely different approach than any of the other search engines out there. So it all started back in 2018 when a group of tech entrepreneurs wanted to bring a fresh perspective to search and contribute something positive to the world of search. They saw that there were some issues in search and some concerns, and they wanted to address them. We launched then in 2022 and have just been growing and improving ever since. Our approach is one that you won't see with any other search engine. We offer far better results, unbiased results, superior privacy. It's just a much more enhanced experience and one that really puts the users in control. I can get into that in a little bit about the special features we have that no one else has.
You're competing against very established platforms, be it Google, Bing. What are the biggest obstacles that come competing against those search engines?
Yeah, really just getting our name out there, right? When people think of the big search engines, they'll use it as a verb, right? They'll say, I have to Google this. And so it's so
Mhm.
ingrained in people's mind that they think of that being the only option. And so our obstacle is really just getting our name out there so that people know that there is a better option out there. Every single time that someone writes a story about us, does an interview about us, more and more people learn about Luxxle, and then our numbers shoot up. And what we see is they don't come back down. So there is a need for a search engine that is unbiased, that doesn't censor content. And as soon as people learn about us, they don't go back.
How do you determine what sources are left leaning and what sources are right leaning?
Sure, there are a few different ways that we do that. Often the sources will self-identify. They'll say, hey, we are a conservative publication. They'll say, hey, we're a liberal publication. Okay, so that makes it very easy. And other than that, we have a couple of different third-party providers that we use to kind of check and see how they're ranking these sources in terms of right and left. And so with Luxxle, we do sort them into right and left leaning, but you don't have to. We just give you that
Mhm.
option. It's all really about giving the user control. We have our lenses feature, which is patent pending. And so there is nothing else like lenses in search. And so what lenses is it's a sorting and a filtering tool. And so let's say you're searching for something highly newsworthy, whether it be Biden, whether it be Trump, whether it be something happening in Congress, whether it be something out of the political spectrum, maybe it's a hurricane, right? Just something that's really big in the news. And you type it into Luxxle, you are going to get a search. And right at the top of your search, you are going to see a box that says lenses. Lenses is a sorting and a filtering tool. So you'll have the option to only view sources through the left lens. That means you can only see sources that lean left. You can decide to only see sources through the right lens, which means only sources that lean right, or you don't have to do that and just keep it on the
Mhm.
all lens. From there, you also get to sort with our alphabet, or excuse me, with our algorithm alphabetically or by freshness. So what this does is it gives the user control. When you're on one of the big search engines, and you search in any of these terms, right, they're going to show you what the search engine wants you to see. With Luxxle, we don't have any stake in that game. Okay. We
Mhm.
we completely stay out of it. And so we'll present the results and give you a number of different ways that you can navigate that content so that you can see the content that makes the most sense for you.
What does an election year, what kind of opportunity does that provide for Luxxle?
Sure. In an election year, people need information. They need to know about the issues. They need to know about the candidates, and they need to be able to trust that their search engine isn't censoring them from that information. That is
Mhm.
incredibly important. And so maybe your ideas might align with the big search engines. And so the sources that you're seeing are in line with your general beliefs, right? But
Mhm.
you can't trust that you're getting the full perspective. You're only trusting that you can get the sources that are in line with your belief. With Luxxle, it's an entirely different experience. We will show sources from really small sources to really big sources, from sources that lean left, from sources that lean right, and everything in between. So
Mhm.
you can trust that we will never interfere with your search. We will never take a side. That's not what Luxxle does. I used to be a journalist. The idea of having an unbiased platform is so incredibly important to me. And I'm just very proud to work for this company, and I can't wait to see where Luxel goes.